President Trump is digging in his heels over the concept of taking the legal and bureaucratic process out of immigration enforcement. He wants potential illegal immigrants turned back at the border without seeing a judge. And he insists it's up to Congress to act quickly to fix a broken system. Chief White House correspondent John Roberts starts us off on the North Lawn tonight. Good evening, John.
Brett, good evening. The toxic environment surrounding this summer's illegal immigrant crisis on the border continues to build, with Trump administration officials being thrown out of restaurants and the president wanting to throw illegal migrants out of the country.
Thank you. See you in a minute.
Meeting with Jordan's King Abdullah today, President Trump was focused on the Middle East peace process, but it was again immigration that piqued his interest in a Q&A with reporters.
We want strong borders and we want no crime. Strong borders, we want no crime. The Democrats want open borders and they don't care about crime.
The president said he has no regrets about signing last week's executive order to keep families together, shooting down reports that he didn't want to sign it. But he again insisted that it is Congress that needs to act to find a permanent solution.
The laws are obsolete. The laws are horrible, having to do with the border, both in terms of security and in terms of taking care of people. President Obama had a big problem. In fact, a lot of the pictures used they thought would be, I guess, I don't know what you folks did. You used pictures from 2014. They were all taken during the Obama administration.
President Trump said today he is dealing with the same problems that the Obama administration faced. On his policy of detaining families, ending catch and release, the president got some support from President Obama's Homeland Security Secretary, Jay Johnson.
We believed it was necessary at the time. I still believe it is necessary to maintain a certain capability for families. We can't have catch and release. And in my 3 years, we deported or repatriated or returned over 1 million people.
In a weekend tweet, President Trump proposed to reduce the problem of housing illegal migrants by eliminating the adjudication process. The president writing, "When somebody comes in, we must immediately, with no judges or court cases, bring them back from where they came." Many people saw that as the president's scorching due process.
That's not what our country stands for. We are a people who believe in the worth of every human being. And we do have a system of laws in this country.
The White House says already thousands of people are deported every year without seeing a judge. Under U.S. law, illegal migrants from Mexico and Canada are subject to expedited removal, taken to a border crossing and released. The president's idea would expand that to include people from non-contiguous countries. But the White House insists there is an easier way.
The president would certainly like to see more expedited removal, but ultimately the president would like to see our border secured so that we don't have all of these problems to begin with. The president wants to fix our immigration system completely, not just tinker with it.
The press secretary today also talked publicly for the first time about a weekend incident in which she was asked to leave the Red Hen restaurant in Lexington, Virginia.
I was asked to leave because I work for President Trump. We are allowed to disagree, but we should be able to do so freely and without fear of harm. And this goes for all people, regardless of politics. Healthy debate on ideas and political philosophy is important, but the calls for harassment and push for any Trump supporter to avoid the public is unacceptable.
After she was asked to leave the Red Hen restaurant in Lexington, Sarah Huckabee Sanders and her husband retired back to where they were staying for the evening. Her family decided to go out to another restaurant in the area. They were followed to that restaurant by a number of people, including the owner of the Red Hen, who continued to protest their presence outside that restaurant, even though Sarah Sanders was no longer with them. Brett?
The rest of the story there, John. Thank you.